I'm Quinn, Doug Cooper. Doug in studio today. I am on the road with our friends from Pioneer. We're at the Wiggin Farm in Afton, Iowa. Joe Wiggin is talking with us now. Joe, we made a couple of rounds of the combine earlier, and I wanted to talk about the lay of your land down here. You have some almost table flat land that's bordered by a river. What's the river back there?
Grand River.
Grand River. And so you're in some pretty good country, and I had mentioned that that's not characteristic of what I remember of southern Iowa. You have some beautiful farmland here.
We've got a little bit of everything. We've got some awfully good bottom ground. We got some pretty marginal hills, too.
Now, you're corn on corn out here, but you said you had some soybeans there, what, last year? Or
yes.
A couple years ago?
Yeah, last year we had some corn drown out. After about the fifth time
the
water's on it, the corn died out.
I suppose. And you're using, what's your fertilizer program?
Fertilizer program, we got a hog facility close to the farm here. Mainly put 3,000-4,000 gallon hog manure on, plus another 120 pounds of anhydrous.
Are you using a nitrogen denitrification inhibitor in that manure?
Yeah, this last winter we put a product called More Than Manure.
Okay.
And we've got a couple strips through the field where we didn't use the product, and we're going to get to them strips here probably later today or tomorrow and see the difference.
Yeah, you're a believer in that.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Talk about the yield coming out then, as far as up, down, sideways, from what you thought it would be.
The yield right now is better than what I thought it would be a month ago. We got in some corn there last week, and I was pleasantly surprised. Had our local Pioneer rep, Jeremy Ide, come out. We did a couple samples. Dry yield was 163 and 165, which a month ago I thought it was 130 on that part of the field. That would have been tickled. But coming out 30 bushel better than we thought, that really tickles me.
And you use a fungicide program as well.
Yes.
And so, you know, that's one of the things we're seeing a lot of as well is fungicide, and actually seeing some return on that.
Yeah, the crop's standing great. I mean, we're going through some green corn, still coming out 17-18% moisture. Just really helps with the plant health.
In fact, we were looking at some of the stalks after you go through them, and the stalks are not standing great. They're like standing on steel stalks. That's a good standing hybrid.
Yes, we got a couple pretty good ones.
Yeah. You also plant some alfalfa.
Yes.
And what's the alfalfa looking like?
The alfalfa looks pretty darn good. Short supply of hay everywhere. Good product to have.
Alfalfa's about like gold here. Talked to our old buddy Dale Lesline up at Dyersville, and Dale was saying, hey, they don't get much dairy quality alfalfa and earning good, you know, a lot of hay in. And when they do, they're getting buyers as far away as Texas taking it out here.
Yeah, there's going to be a shortage of hay, especially good quality hay.
Yeah. So we're talking, I think he said, and I can't remember the numbers exactly, maybe $245 to $250 a ton for alfalfa.
Yes.
There was a time that, you know, we were knocking out $35-40 a ton. We thought we were living fast.
Yeah.
So,
person with good alfalfa this year, they're going to benefit.
I had a chance to be out on the combine with you just a little bit ago. We're going to take a break coming up, but real quick, how's things coming in?
Corn and bean harvest both pretty good.
So, I mean, you guys need rain down here. It's dry.
We stopped harvesting beans yesterday.
Did you?
It's been plenty dry. Needing rain on them. Really can't see what you're doing combine. So we switched back to corn, run some corn for a while, and hopefully get a little shower over the weekend.
Now, what's your yield coming out of this field here?
This field here is probably going to average about
180.
180.
And what did you think going into it? Was that surprising to you?
A couple months ago, I figured if we did 130 after the long, hot, dry spell, we'd be tickled. But we got a little rain there the first part of August, and the corn hybrids must be pretty darn good, because it's really kind of surprising.
Jill Hansen. Jill is our host today with Pioneer, the account manager with Pioneer. And Jill, you serve 4 counties here in southwest, south central Iowa. What counties do you represent?
I have a little bit of eastern Montgomery and Page counties, and then I have Adams and Taylor and Union and Ringgold County.
Okay, talk about the growing season. How's it been for you?
It's been an interesting growing season, to say the least, I guess. We started off early this spring with some pretty significant rains that really kept us out of the field, and some of those early planters really took down some stands. So started off with a tough spring, and then as we all know through the state, it turned out extremely dry. And then we got hit with some extreme wind and hail events in part of my area as well.
Yeah, you had the hail event that came through that actually is being talked about as one of the largest hail events ever in the state of Iowa. Normally you get hail, and you may have it in one one end of the field. And that other end is even better because, you've had some rain coming through there. But this hail event came through, and it is a huge swath that had cut through sections of southwest Iowa. I know, talked to some guys clear down in, northwest Missouri, and they started tracking that hail, and it came almost up into, almost to Interstate 80.
Yep, yeah, it's, pretty significant, Montgomery, Page, and Taylor counties, particularly in my area. Something I've never seen before. I mean, the hail knocked the corn down to ankle high, and just a couple days after that hail went through, it was August 18th is when the significant part went through, and just knocked that corn down to knee to ankle height, and that green color was gone within 2 days. Looked like countryside had been combined.
Now, what are you seeing for yields then coming through some of that crappy stuff?
Where it was significant, guys are talking 15, 20 bushels of corn, just nothing on some beans. So, a good example, I have a customer south of Clearfield, and in the western side of their fields in western Taylor County, they're not even going to combine, but in eastern Taylor County, they're coming up with 60-plus yields.
How about that?
So,
wow. Well, we're going to talk about Pioneer varieties as well, but we're with Joe and Ben Wiggin here on their farm. And, I got to tell you, I was talking with Joe, and we did a couple rounds out in one of his fields. His land does not look like Southern Iowa farming. He has hidden a field out here that's got to be almost 400 of the flattest acres I've seen in Southern Iowa.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of ground that Joe's got down here. Yields are coming in real nice for the dry July we had too. So I think some parts of the field are probably getting well into the 200s. So.
What varieties are planted out there?
He has a 111-day hybrid, 1162 XR, and 1395 XR 113-day hybrid. Both are the rootworm and BT protected because I believe we're in some corn on corn ground right now.
I think he's on corn on corn on corn on corn. So, but that's common. That's we see that a lot. Moisture, dry.
I think moisture's coming in pretty nice, around 17-18% in this field. So, with this heat, the moisture in corn's come down significantly